get from there?
Why didn't you want to talk about Velma, Jackson?
It's so boring. Kai and I watched the show. Kai and I watched the first episode together, and it was so excruciatingly boring.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, so we only watched one episode. I think at the time only 2 episodes were out. We watched the first and decided, okay, let's just see if people even want us to watch the second before we commit to more boredom. I was yawning my ass off.
Same.
There's just everybody online that I see is like mad at this Mindy Kaling woman, and I kind of understand why, but the show really isn't even that interesting enough to get mad over. Like, you can't even rant about how bad it is. It's just boring.
Well, you know what?
The only interesting part of how it's bad is because they attached to the IP of Scooby Doo.
The show realistically has nothing to do with Scooby Doo. It's just attached to it.
Yeah, but I will also say, if this didn't have a Scooby-Doo tie-in, it would still be on same level as Big Mouth, if you ask me. I found it to be so offensively fucking awful.
Yeah. No, that's what I said to Kaya. I was like, if this didn't have like the Scooby-Doo IP, if this was just like a cast of other random people, this would just be like a run-of-the-mill, like shitty cartoon.
Yeah,
that's basically it.
I did some snooping, I did some digging, and there's a lot of theories that I think hold a lot of weight, where this was originally a different show that Mindy Kaling wanted to pitch, where it was like a parody of like, I guess Scooby-Doo, but like CW shows like Riverdale and like, you know, dumb modern teen comedies and shit. But they didn't want to take it. It didn't want to get off the ground. It wasn't a thing. So the way that they made it a thing is said, but wait, it's in the Scooby-Doo universe. It's Scooby-Doo. And that's how it actually got made.
It's not just in the universe, though. It's like the thing. It's not just a spin-off, it's the main cast.
Right. But here's the idea. Here's the idea. Imagine if when she's pitching it to like the boardroom during the meeting, she's like, I play a girl named fucking like Valerie, and I go to high school, and here's my friend, and this and that. And they go, okay, but what if we make it based off Scooby-Doo? That's what I'm saying.
No, I understand. I'm sure she pitched this at some point as an original idea, but then she went, fuck it. You know what? Don't take any risks. Let's just let's reheat, microwave, oven that bitch, and old IP, and you don't have to risk anything, and it'll get an automatic audience, and someone fucking greenlit it. Yeah. But I think the reason it's just so shitty and nobody likes it is it pitched itself as, this is an edgy rendition of a children's cartoon. You've never seen Scooby-Doo like this. It's for kids, but edgy. But then it's not edgy. Like, the edgiest shit in it is sex jokes, a few scenes with blood, and white people bad jokes. Like, it's the most dull, unimaginative, run-of-the-mill, mainstream bullshit. Who the fuck still, like, clasps at their pearls when they hear a sex joke? Who gives a shit? This is so boring. It's the most inside-the-box thinking show.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen edgier stuff on the internet and in video games. It's just, it's soft edgy. It's trying to find that TV watching audience and go, look, you won't see this on TV. Ooh.
Is it meant to be edgy? I feel like it's just playing for the base that they're trying to appeal to, which is people that like those jokes.
Oh, I mean, the edgy as in, this is...
Wait.
Now, where'd we leave off? We don't like Velma, do we, boys?
How do you talk to us when your computer crashes?
Well, I don't. It just came back.
Yeah, what the fuck?
How do you not leave the call?
So you just missed all of the Velma talk?
No. I heard some of it and then crashed.
At least it restarts kind of quickly. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm able to hop back in the call pretty quick.
But yeah, we were just saying it's unimaginative. It's not pushing any boundaries. It's nothing. It's just boring. If you're gonna do an adult version of a show, at least show something that's gonna upset someone.
Yeah.
You know?
But why do you have to do something that upsets someone as an adult show?
No, what I mean is, you know, when South Park originally aired, there was a lot of people who wrote like angry letters to the studio saying, oh, how dare you make fun of Group X? And I was like, who the fuck is gonna write Velma? Who cares? Who are you offending? Like, there has to be a level of offensiveness for something to be edgy. This isn't edgy. It's so dull and boring.
Well, if people are complaining...
What is offensive about it?
Well, Scooby-Doo fans apparently are offended by it.
They're not offended by it, Jackson. It's just bad. There's a difference between being offended and just not liking it.
Yeah, you're confusing
I don't
people
agree. I don't agree with this
them
take.
being outraged.
I see people pretty. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? What was that?
That's the "you're wrong" alarm, Jackson.
Yeah, that was like
okay.
bad take siren at Jackson's house.
What was that?
I don't know. Keep talking.
It sounded like an old milk van horn or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
think a car drove by your house. Jesus. Do we have a fucking podcast where we don't derail every 5 minutes? Oh my god.
People love the derailments, first of all.
They do.
That's what separates us from stuff like Scooby Doo. There's no derailments in that.
Yeah, it's pure shit from start to finish. Never derails.
I think Kai has crashed as well. I think the alarm went off and then he disappeared.
Oh wait, didn't this happen a while ago, a few months ago, where we heard an alarm on Kaya's end and then he just left?
Oh yeah, he said fire alarm.
Yeah, this happened a while ago.
All right. Yeah. Wait. So Charlie, you think it's edgy?
No. What? Exact opposite. No one is offended. Is what I'm saying. Literally, no one is offended.
So all right?
Jackson, you were arguing that it was edgy.
You were the one arguing that it was offending people.
So much is going on. The fire alarm reset my brain. So tell me about Velma, Charlie. What's your problem with Velma then?
It sucks. The jokes suck. That doesn't make me laugh. It's boring. It's garbage. It's the worst jokes ever, and it's the same joke every time with it being meta.
I didn't care enough to say it's bad. It's just boring.
What do you mean you didn't care enough to say it's bad? It's fucking terrible. What do you mean? It's actually.
I wasn't offended during it or anything. I wasn't upset at it. I was just this is just boring. This is dribble. It's the color gray. There's nothing to it. There has to be something of there has to be something of something to latch on to that I have to or I can hate for it to be bad.
You didn't hate the jokes?
No, they just didn't make me laugh. It wasn't like I was angry at the jokes.
So when you heard Norville go, "I left you a VM voicemail that explains everything." No, Norville just tell me, "No, check your VMs voicemail." And he said that 6 fucking times in a row. That wasn't where...
Jackson's laughing right now, though. I'd be careful.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I like your delivery more than his. But regardless, no, it didn't upset me. Maybe it's because I was listening to it with Kaya, and we were both kind of talking over the jokes. Maybe if I was actually focusing on it, then I would be more upset at it. It didn't make me laugh or anything, don't get me wrong. I didn't like any of the jokes, but I didn't hate them.
I guess that's fair. I guess after the 40th time of hearing about Fred's tiny penis, it just didn't have the same effect. I think it's some of the worst writing in any modern show I've seen, and that does include Big Mouth. I think they're on par with each other.
Wow.
Oh, so it's not worse than Big Mouth?
No. It's not worse than Big Mouth. I say they're on par. I'd say Big Mouth is still probably worse. Actually, Big Mouth is definitely still worse, but Velma's pretty close there.
Okay, sorry about that. I agree with Charlie. The jokes are not good. They're inoffensive. They're boring. Nothing about the show is just entertaining or interesting.
But I'm not disagreeing with that.
I have to joke.
I said I'm not disagreeing with that. I didn't like anything. I just didn't hate anything. Apart from the art style. The art style and animation.
I agree with that.
Okay,
it's not hateable. It doesn't... Yeah. It's not hateable. It
doesn't elicit any emotion from me. But the art style and the animation is awful, by the way. I did want to say I hate that aspect.
Oh yeah, the animation is lazy.
So ugly.
Jackson, would you hate it if it was a property you really gave a shit about? Like if it was a Star Wars show?
That was a bad example.
Well, whatever property you give a fuck now, would you hate it then?
Yeah, if it was something that I had a preconception of really liking going into it, then yeah.
Well, now you understand, because a lot of people like Scooby Doo and wanted to see another Scooby Doo show. Not this.
I feel like Scooby Doo is kind of like Star Wars at this point. Haven't all the previous Scooby Doo stuff that's come out in the last 10 years been kind of trash?
No, not at all.
Also, who's actively keeping up with Scooby Doo? Is there a huge fandom?
Yes.
Yeah, furries.
There is.
But Andrew, what was Scoob? Did you like that?
What's the one where it goes really off the rails? Is that Scoob? Where the writing gets really insane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, not Scoob. No, I think I'm thinking of Mystery Inc. was genuinely really great, and it came out.
But also the movie Scoob is good. I like that one. That was a good movie.
I only heard bad things about it. I didn't watch it though.
Oh, Scoob's the one where he's a puppy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's where he's a puppy.
Okay, I didn't see that one. I
There
remember
you
they
go.
had a really
Someone-
weird
someone
launch
in
event
chat
with
says-
Cartoon Network for it.
Wait, which one is this?
Someone in chat said Scoob was not